Hi everyone, good evening. I am Lourdes Faith Jumao-as. Tonight, I will be sharing with you two classic philosophies of business management. These are The 1-Minute Manager by Stephen Blanchard and The Motivation Hygiene Theory by Frederick Herzberg. You may use your earphones for clearer audio. Let's start. Two-Factor Motivation Theory by Frederick Herzberg. The two-factor motivation theory, otherwise known as Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory or dual-factor theory, argues that there are separate sets of mutually exclusive factors in the workplace that either cause job satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Generally, these factors encouraging job satisfaction relate to self-growth and self-actualization. The two-factor motivation theory has since become one of the most commonly used theoretical frameworks in job satisfaction research. Herzberg's approach. Frederick Herzberg and his two collaborators, Mosner and Sinderman, developed the motivation hygiene theory in their book Motivation to Work. Influenced by Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Herzberg concluded that satisfaction and dissatisfaction could not be measured reliably on the same continuum and conducted a series of studies where he attempted to determine what factors in work environments cause satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Herzberg and his colleagues explored the impact of 14 factors on job satisfaction and dissatisfaction in terms of their frequency and duration of impact. In the first of these studies, Herzberg asked 13 laborers, clerical workers, foremen, plant engineers, and accountants to describe in detail situations where they felt exceptionally good or bad about their jobs. Generally, respondents, when describing situations where they felt good about their jobs, cited factors intrinsic to their work, while those describing situations where they felt bad about their jobs cited extrinsic factors. Herzberg considers two types of factors that can add to or detract from job satisfaction. These are hygiene and motivation factors. While hygiene factors are related to the need to avoid unpleasantness, motivation factors more directly lead to job satisfaction because of the need of the individual for self-growth and self-actualization. The traditional view of job satisfaction entails that job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction exist on the same continuum. Employees who lack reasons to be satisfied with their jobs must be dissatisfied. However, hygiene and motivational factors are distinct. To Herzberg, the opposite of job satisfaction was not job dissatisfaction, but no job satisfaction. Conversely, the opposite of job dissatisfaction is no job dissatisfaction. These two separate continua of job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction support the possibility that someone can be content with certain aspects of their jobs but discontent with others. These so-called satisfiers or motivational factors and dissatisfiers, a lack of hygiene factors, are dynamic, constantly interacting, highly subject to change, and relative to the employee. Certain satisfiers or dissatisfiers may be more important than others in a way that depends on personal and professional contexts. Whether or not dissatisfiers outweigh satisfiers predict, according to Herzberg, whether employees find their job interesting and enjoyable as well as their likelihood of remaining at their current jobs. Herzberg and his colleagues argue that motivation factors are necessary to improve job satisfaction. These motivators, according to Herzberg, are intrinsic to the job and lead to job satisfaction because they satisfy needs for growth and self-actualization. In his original paper, Herzberg examines 14 motivational and hygiene factors, of which these are notable examples. For motivators, these are performance and achievement, recognition, job status, responsibility, opportunities for advancement, personal growth, and the work itself. For the dissatisfiers or the hygiene factors, these are salary, working conditions, the physical workspace, relationship with colleagues, relationship with supervisor, quality of supervisor, and policies and rules. Let's first discuss these motivators. Advancement. Herzberg defined advancement as the upward and positive status or position of someone in a workplace. Meanwhile, a negative or neutral status at work represents negative advancement. The work itself. The content of job tasks in itself can have positive or negative effects on employees. The job's difficulty and level of engagement can dramatically impact satisfaction or dissatisfaction in the workplace. Possibility for growth. Possibilities for growth exist in the same vein as Maslow's self-actualization. They are opportunities for a person to experience personal growth and promotion in the workplace. Personal growth can result in professional growth, increased opportunities to develop new skills and techniques, and gaining professional knowledge. Responsibility. Responsibility encompasses both the responsibilities held by the individual and the authority granted to the individual in their role. People gain satisfaction from being given the responsibility and authority to make decisions. Conversely, a mismatch between responsibility and level of authority negatively affects job satisfaction. Recognition. When employees receive praise or rewards for reaching goals at their job or for producing high-quality work, they receive recognition. Negative recognition involves criticisms or blame for a poorly done job. Achievement. Positive achievement can involve, for example, completing a difficult task on time, solving a job-related problem, or seeing positive results from one's work. Negative achievement includes failure to make progress at work or poor job-related decision-making. Now, let's proceed to the hygiene factors. Hygiene factors are those which decrease job dissatisfaction. Herzberg used the term hygiene in reference to medical hygiene, which operates to remove health hazards from the environment. He also states that hygiene factors are extrinsic to the job and function in the need to avoid unpleasantness. These factors, rather than relating to the content of the job in itself, tend to relate to contextual factors such as interpersonal relations, salary, company policies and administration, relationship with supervisors, and working condition. Interpersonal relations. Interpersonal relationships involve the personal and working relationships between an employee and his supervisors, subordinates, and peers. These can manifest in, for example, job-related interactions as well as social discussions in both the work environment and during informal break times. Salary. Salary includes wage or salary increases and negatively unfulfilled expectations of wage or salary increases. Company policies and administration. Company policies and administration includes factors such as the extent to which company organization and management policies and guidelines are clear or unclear. For example, a lack of delegation of authority, vague policies and procedures, and communication may lead to job dissatisfaction. Supervision. Supervision involves an employee's judgments of the competence or incompetence and fairness or unfairness of the supervisor or supervisions. For example, this could include a supervisor's willingness to delegate responsibility or to fetch, as well as their knowledge of the job at hand. Poor leadership and management can decrease job dissatisfaction. Working conditions. Finally, working conditions involve the physical surroundings of the job and whether or not they are good or poor. Factors leading to a good or poor workspace could involve the amount of work, space, ventilation, tools, temperature, and safety. Here are the key takeaways of the motivation hygiene theory or the two-factor motivation theory. The two-factor theory argues that job satisfaction and dissatisfaction exist on two different continua, each with its own set of factors. This runs contrary to the traditional view of job satisfactions, which posits that job satisfaction and dissatisfactions are interdependent. Herzberg and his collaborators investigated 14 factors relating to job satisfaction in their original study, classifying them as either hygienic or motivation factors. Motivation factors increase job satisfaction, while the presence of hygiene factors prevent job dissatisfaction. Although largely replaced by newer theories of motivation in academia, the two-factor theory still continues to influence popular management theory and the methodology of studies in some areas of the world. That's it for the two-factor theory or the motivation hygiene theory by Frederick Herzberg. Now let's move on to the next one, The 1-Minute Manager by Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. The 1-Minute Manager is a parable about a young man who is studying leadership and management. He has interviewed many managers but has never really been inspired until he meets the 1-Minute Manager. Subtitled The World's Most Popular Way to Manage Your Life and Work, this is a short and simple book that provides you with a short and simple way to manage yourself and others. There are 3 secrets to 1-minute management: 1-minute goals, 1-minute praisings, and 1-minute reprimands. It is only about 80 pages long. As it's a parable, it represents all of the ideas but allows you to interpret and internalize how you can best apply these in your life. This book isn't just for managers. The 1-Minute Manager is also a great way to approach your own life and better manage your time and output. Blanchard and Johnson breaks down effective management through the tale of the 1-Minute Manager with 3 simple secrets. Secret 1. 1-minute goals. Most organizations, when you ask people what they do and then ask their boss, normally you get 2 different lists. You would get in trouble for doing something that isn't your job. But the 1-Minute Manager always makes it clear what our responsibilities are and what we are being held accountable for. Once the manager has told you what needs to be done, or you have agreed what needs to be done, each goal is recorded on no more than a single page. The 1-Minute Manager then feels that a goal and its performance standard should take maximum 250 words. It should be able to be read in a minute, and both the manager and employee keep a copy to check on the process periodically. Secret 2. 1-minute praisings. Hardly anyone sees the 1-Minute Manager except at the initial period after being hired. He knows it would be a lot easier for employees to do well if they get crystal clear feedback from him on how they're doing. After the goals are set, the 1-Minute Manager is watching the employee like a hawk. He's always keeping a close eye and taking notes. At first, they think it is because he doesn't trust you. But after some time, they notice he was actually trying to catch employees doing something right. When the 1-Minute Manager catches you doing something right, he gives the 1-minute praising. He looks at you straight in the eye and tells you precisely what you did right. He then shares with you how good he feels about what you did. It happens straight away. You don't wait until the annual performance review. Secret 3. The 1-minute reprimand. For those who have been there a while, they typically only see the 1-minute manager when they do something wrong. If you make a mistake, that's when you get the 1-minute reprimand. He looks at you straight in the eye and tells you precisely what you did wrong. Then he shares how he feels, angry, annoyed, frustrated, or whatever he is feeling. He gives it as soon as you do something wrong. You won't get away with sloppiness. He doesn't attack you as a person, only the behavior. It's easy not to become defensive. When it's over, it is over. It doesn't last long, but you don't forget it. You won't make the same mistake again. Why 1-minute reprimands work? One reason it works is that the person receiving the reprimand can hear the feedback. When the manager deals with one behavior at a time, it seems more fair and clear. Another is that you never attack a person's value or wealth as a person, only reprimand the behavior. The goal is to eliminate the behavior and keep the person. Before I end this presentation, let's bear in mind that we are not just our behavior. We are the person managing our behavior. You will be successful with a 1-minute reprimand when you really care about the welfare of the person you are reprimanding. I hope you gained some insight into the philosophies presented. I'm interested in hearing what you have to share. This is Lourdes Faith Jumao-as. Thank you and God bless you.